So before I actually went to Playa del Carmen, I actually visited Cancun. So here's me in Cancun. Let me just tell you a couple of pretty cool things that you could do while in Cancun. Yeah, everyone knows Cancun for parties and stuff, but honestly, Cancun is really awesome. It has a lot more things that you can do. For those of you who don't know, Cancun is the most populous city in the Mexican state of Quintana Roo, located in southeast Mexico on the northeast coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. It is a big tourist destination in Mexico, and it's right along the Caribbean Sea. So when I actually landed in Cancun International Airport, I didn't know how to get into the actual center. The best thing that you should do is go to the ADO. ADO is like red, it's like a bus company, I believe, and it basically has a bunch of prices in order to go to like different places like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, Merida, whatever. And honestly, the prices are pretty good. Like to get to Cancun, like in the center is only 130 pesos, which is like roughly around like $7, $6. Do not take a taxi. It's gonna be so much more expensive. So yeah, eventually I arrived to my hostel. I just dropped off my things. And since it was already the beginning of the day, still it was like 1 p.m., I was like, you know what, I'll just hop on another bus and I'll just like ride around. The most obvious thing to do at first is to go to the beach in Cancun. That is the biggest thing that people do. I went to this beach. It's right in front of this place called Cocobongo. The beaches here are really fantastic. It's like crystal blue. It's really awesome, and the weather is always perfect. What's up? So I'm currently in, I think it's called Gaviota Azul or something like that. I originally was gonna go to Playa Blanca, but I think that's like a private beach. So I just kept going down the road and I found this really nice beach, and the water is like really blue. Like I swam in the beaches in Thailand and it's pretty similar. Like this competes well with how blue this water is. And honestly, it's even better because there's also a 7-Eleven. So if you're like want like some water, or you want some like snacks, then you could just pull up to the 7-Eleven. It's like 10 feet away and it's super cheap. Like everything here is like super cheap. So this is probably like the best beach you could probably go to. And you could just chill, walk along the beach. I just walked along for like a couple hours, and like really I'm just enjoying myself. The beach is like probably the best thing to do, one of the best things to do in Cancun. You're just trying to chill, have a good time, sip a mojito, and just relax. Now, I will say the highlight of my trip was definitely going to Chichen Itza. For those of you who don't know, Chichen Itza is a World Heritage Site, so it's like one of the 7 wonders of the world. So you have like the pyramids, you have the Taj Mahal, you have Petra. Chichen Itza is one of the 7 wonders of the world, which I literally did not know until I went on my tour. So this is definitely the highlight. So I just got my ticket online. I went to Get Your Guide. I like going to this Get Your Guide website because it's pretty easy, simple, and it has like a bundle where you could do multiple things for a pretty cheap price. So I got to Get Your Guide. I did Chichen Itza, I did a cenote, and I did a lunch and Kila tour all in one trip. And this trip is an all-day thing. It's like 12 hours long. It's like 10 hours long. But it was only like, I think like $50 or something, or $60. It really was not expensive. So the first thing we did was that we saw this healing ceremony thing. So for those of you who don't know, this part of Mexico is native to like many Mayans. So this guy right here in all white is actually like pure Mayan. Like his dad and his mom is Mayan, his grandparents are Mayan, his great-great-great-grandparents are Mayan. So he's doing a healing ceremony. I thought it was pretty cool. And I think this is like one of the best parts of the tour because, I don't know, I never met a Mayan before. So I just thought that that was pretty cool. And then right after that, ironically, we did another healing ceremony, but with drinks. And I tried this like cactus tequila, which honestly wasn't really that bad. And now you got the cenote. The cenote will also be a big highlight of my whole Cancun trip. Basically, a cenote is like a underground, it's basically like a small body of water that's like underground. Like you have to like go down to go in it. And it's really cool because the vibe is like surrounded by like nature, wildlife, and it just looks really cool. The water is freezing cold, but it was really, really cool. You look up and you just look at a circle of like all the nature, and it's like really awesome, and you get to take some cool photos. Beautiful nature, beautiful beauty here with Mother Nature. Yes, sir. I wish you could jump off this top and like land in the cenote. Like that would be super dope. And I actually didn't even realize you can actually go over there and like jump into the water like what those people are about to do. And we're drinking more tequila. This is a coffee tequila that I tried. Actually, the coffee tequila was pretty good. Don't let the face fool you. It actually was pretty good. This was the first part of our trip. We did the restaurant, had tequila tour, then we did the cenote. And now we're driving along. We're still going towards Chichen Itza. And right now we're just like passing through an old Mayan town. So you get to see the hospital, police, And then the tour guide even taught us some Mayan words and how to say like certain letters and stuff like that. And then he briefly described how Mayans like see death as just like another part of life and it's something beautiful. So their cemetery is actually colorful instead of like the common cemetery where it's like black and white and dark. He also showed us some Mayan calendars, some Mayan zodiac signs, and then we finally arrived to Chichen Itza. We're just chilling, so now we're looking at some carvings that they did in the stone. One of the carvings is like one of them decapitating a head, which you can see right here. Poor guy. But anywho, you can see the classic like game where they play the soccer. It's not like soccer, I forgot what it's called, but you know when you hit with your hip, that's the circle that you try scoring on. Here's me in Chichen Itza. Here's the big pyramid. That is one of the 7 wonders of the world. That thing is very, very big. Pretty awesome. Had a great time.
If I hit this flip, you're broke. You get no bands, bro.
Of course, I had to hit the flip in front of one of the 7 wonders of the world, of course. And here's a couple guys that I met in my hostel. They're really chill. Guy in the middle is from Canada, and the guy to the right is from Chile. Chill, I kind of hung out with them throughout the whole trip in Cancun. And that's one of the best parts about traveling. You get to just meet random people whenever, and then you just become friends for your entire trip. Afterwards, we left Chichen Itza. Then we visited this nice, cool church in another town, like near Chichen Itza. So here's a nice Catholic church. Here's some monuments, and really, it was really chill. Like, it was a very small town, and just looked really beautiful, so I really had a good time just to see some different culture in a different town within Mexico. And Cancun actually had a lot of really cool stuff. Like, one time we actually bumped into this little show that they were having for, like, a Lucha Libre event, which I believe because it was the Dia de los Muertos, so I was lucky enough to be in Mexico in Dia de los Muertos. For those of you who don't know, Dia de los Muertos is Day of the Dead. It's kind of like their Halloween for Americans, but it's like celebration of the dead and stuff like that. So people have face paintings of like skulls and stuff like that. So it was just really cool. And yeah, this girl is really just destroying this guy and for some reason taking off his shirt. It was really cool. We got to take some pictures with the luchadores, and they were really chill, really awesome. And yeah, we just all had a really good time. Now let's delve into the more obvious parts of why people visit Cancun, which is for the parties. And I didn't really party that much when I went to Cancun. I literally went to one party just because it was Halloween, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm in Mexico. Dia de los Muertos, it's Halloween. So I went to Cocobongo on Halloween. So me and the 2 guys that you saw that I went to Chichen Itza with, we all both went to Cocobongo together. And it's really cool. The vibe is really awesome. Everyone's dressed up in costumes and stuff. You're just seeing random people making friends. And honestly, we had a pretty good time. Cocobongo is like a mix of a club and a show. So like you get the dance, they play music, and there's shows happening. So there's like people dancing and stuff like that. And sometimes there was like a Spartan show or whatever. And then they had like people like dancing on the ceilings and on ropes and stuff like that. So it was pretty awesome. I didn't really take that much videos of the show because I was kind of just enjoying the show, so I didn't take much videos, but it was pretty cool for the price that I paid for it. And then afterwards I just took pictures with some random people with really cool costumes. So literally the next day there was a little mini pool party, so me and a couple friends went to the pool party, same place, Cocobongo. Cocobongo is it's like in the daytime and then it has stuff in the night. So we went stuff in the night, and then the next day we just kind of went to the pool party and just relaxed. Then we went to the beach right afterwards. And again, look at this beautiful day. Like, I'm telling you, I got super lucky because sometimes it could be raining in Cancun, but I went at the perfect time. It is sunny, it is beautiful, skies are clear, and the vibes are hitting. And then there was a random helicopter that came out of nowhere, which was cool. Then eventually me and my friends went to the city center, and then we were just passing by again and just like observing things and got some foods, got some street food, and then we were able to see some live entertainment. And then some people were dancing, some people were doing comedy shows. We saw this dance show that was happening. We were just walking around. We didn't even know what was happening. So that was really cool. Then we visited a local church that was down the street. So mass was happening. So I was like, you know what, I might as well do mass. And the second I entered the church, it just happened to be raining. And I was like, you know what? I guess Jesus wants me to stay, I guess. And then afterwards, I just returned to my hostel and just relaxed. And big pro tip, if you're trying to save money and you're traveling on a budget, just go to a supermarket. I'm telling you, I saved so much money just by eating in supermarkets. I would just get turkey, yogurt, bread, maybe a piece of fruit, and just call it a day, and that'll be my lunch. Here's me, I'm just really just chilling on the street, and I'm just eating like lunch right now. And it's just really cool. I get to see like motorcycle. I get to hear people talking in Spanish and just get to enjoy the vibe. So I really enjoyed myself. It's like one of my favorite activities is just to eat and just pull up to a local corner and just like people watch. It's just something fun to do when you're traveling. But yeah, I would say that that's all I really did. I was only there for like a few days, so I think I got a lot done in those few days. So I really enjoyed Cancun. Something really cool to go to at least like once in your life. You get to meet a lot of people, make a lot of good friends, do the hostel thing, go to churches, meet Mayans, go to party, or swim in a cenote, and you could just eat street food, and you could just do a lot of things, and it's just really, really cool. And I'm probably gonna go back to Cancun a couple times. I only live like 45 minutes from Cancun in Playa del Carmen, so yeah, it's just really awesome. You should definitely visit Cancun. Enjoy yourself. If you have any questions or other tips or recommendations, you can put it in the comment section. But besides that, I'm out of here. Thanks, guys.